Bum, bum. Hey guys, what's happening? This is Mikey Wine here. You guys know me as Gundam Works, and I'm back after like 2 weeks off. I told you guys I was getting ready for the Renaissance Fair and all that crap's been taken off and been busy. So I haven't been able to do too much to the model, but we're here for part 18, actually part 19 of the M61A5 main battle tank diorama, and then we switched over to because the tank is pretty much done. So now I'm doing the Zaku head from the Rambarel set. But I got a couple guys in chat. Nick, how you doing, Nick? Nick's in first. Giovanni's in second. Tonight's going to be something a little different, and it was kind of a last-minute thing, so I didn't have a chance to change the description of the video. I did a little bit. I edited a little bit. But tonight I'm going to have a special guest, and he is one of the members of the Built Sideways podcast and has over 300 videos on YouTube. I'm sure you guys know him. He's an OMC champion, which is the original mecha contest. He won the first year and got second place in his second year. He's also a GBWC regional champion from New York City in 2019. His name is Brian Dencklau, Mr. Bro Builder himself. And how you doing, my friend?
Hi, everybody. That's what I remember. I used to start the mechanism like that. Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Hi,
So, hey,
Dr.
Nick.
Lazy.
Nick is saying, hey, Mike, and say hi to Brian. He's in too. Yeah, you guys, we're just gonna be working on our projects here and hanging out and goofing off and doing whatever. But I talked about, I kind of hinted at doing this with having guests on and stuff like that, and I think it's a great idea. I'm glad we decided to do it. So let's have a good time here. So anyway, what's everybody working on? I know Nick's probably working on something too. Giovanni's got a project. I'm sure it's been a while, guys. I apologize. I've been gone for a couple weeks. But hey, like I said, shit happens. Sometimes life gets in the way. And hello, everybody. Giovanni says hello, everybody.
For real.
I'm going to be manning the comments here, so I want to try to keep an eye on it. In the meantime, is there anything you can tell us a little more about yourself, Brian? I know I hinted a couple of things at the beginning there, but go ahead.
So hey guys, how you doing? I have been in the chat in the past, chatting with some of you. Mostly I chat with like Julius Dembski and Hendren and the peeps that I know, but I like to, I'm a global bastard, and I'll fucking sling it to anybody. Just talking shop, that is. And so let's see. Happy to be here. I used to do a lot of live streams, and I love the format. It's always been a fun thing for me, and I kind of miss it, to be honest with you. So I got a crazy big build that I'm working on right now. So I'm going to be like, I may mute my mic here and there if anyone's curious about that. Like if you hear the fan noise in the background, shut off. It's because I'm spraying some ridiculous thing with primer, because I need it. I want everything to be kind of base coated for my hobby club meeting, which is this coming Sunday. Well, I'm kind of prepping for.
Yeah, and I've got the Dremel out too, so I might be making some noise too.
Cool. We'll try and alternate.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have to mute the mic for sure when I do that. But I actually the last time I was on, we were using the Dremel, and it wasn't too terribly bad. Everybody seemed to have, can still hear. I had to speak up a little more when I was talking during it, but
yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. I wanted to come to your show too. I wanted to hit up the chat for that, but I was just dead beat from work, and I think I was asleep before you started.
Oh,
nuts!
Yeah, well, I'm on the West Coast. If anybody that doesn't know, Brian's on the East Coast, so he's staying up late tonight to hang out with us. And
I got the ocean out my window over here. Mike, you got the ocean out your window over there, bud?
I'm not that close. I gotta drive about 30 minutes to get close to the water. So I'm going to go to the ocean anyway. It might be a little bit longer now. I can find a few lakes around here, though.
There you go. Lakes are almost better.
So Giovanni says it's okay, Mike. Take your time. Yeah, because I got a commission he wants me to start too, and this is the project for that. So as soon as I'm done with this, then we'll get on that. That wasn't what I was referring to, like life getting in the way. But anyway, it just I had the Renaissance Fair coming up, and that's last weekend was opening weekend or dress rehearsal pretty much because of all the chaos that goes on in an opening weekend. But I'll go down to the bench here in just a second. Something I was going to say and I forgot to say it. I don't know what it was. Now I lost the thought. sorry about that, guys. That's what it is when you're getting old. You lose your train of thought sometimes. So, but I have done
priorities, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I have
think
done
of
a
it like
little
a
bit
sim.
since our last episode, and I did some work on the head here. Last week I was kind of chewing up the glass. And
take the full screen.
Yeah, well, oh, okay, I can do that too. We'll go.
Yeah, take the full screen. Yeah, baby.
Go. And then we'll even go
my
to the close up. The close up will give us some. So what I have here is you can see the entrance, which is pretty much right here. And if you look deeper in there, you can see more damage to the
superstructure,
internal frame there, and stuff like that. And as it travels through, we have an exit here. Comes out the other side. So what I did to create this kind of a fluted, blown out look, that's what all the noise was with the Dremel. I took it and I thinned out the plastic so much to the point where you could actually see daylight through it. And then I just punched a hole in it and actually peeled up those layers and peeled them back to look like that blown out.
Fantastic. Oh,
so there's the hole there. I like the fact that you can see that through here when you have these two pieces on. Once everything's painted, I'm sure it will be even easier to see what's going on. So yeah, I may end up doing some more damage here. I think what I'm going to do is I had some ink drawn on where I was going to damage it. I'm going to try to damage a little bit of this area here. In fact, I'll just get a screwdriver. This is easier than my big fat fingers in a way. So I might drill this out a little bit because of the round would have been coming up from ground level where the tank is. This obviously the Zaku is about 60 feet up, so the angle of shot is going to come up at an angle. So I want to have a little bit of damage done to the armor here and maybe to the visor here, but essentially it went through the glass and at this area here, and that's where we're going to damage. So
hell yeah.
So yeah. That's where it's at for 2 weeks, and that's where we're at now.
It's a good place to rest.
You want me to switch over to you, Brian? You can.
Oh, sure. Then you can have a sip on your apple juice.
Oh, sure. Let's go.
Let's
see. Oh yeah, I got to go back to. Oh wait, how do I get you up there on a single?
Just back up. There you go, and then just hover over in the down below where there's my icon or my picture. You'll be able to give me. It'll like if you go to the three vertical dots.
Oh, there. Because it's like saying remove. I don't want to remove you.
Right, but there should be a
kick from the studio. No,
no,
I don't want to do any of that.
What about there should be a way. I don't remember, and I don't have any of the controls. So
let me see if I present. No,
presenting is like sharing your own screen, right? Yeah,
that's weird. I thought maybe I could give you full.
You should be able to give me full screen. I do not remember how to do it because it has been a year or more since I live streamed.
There we go.
It is.
I just had to go over. I had to go not to the one below the screen, but to the one up on the screen, and click on those, and then give you full props.
I have different glasses than I used to have when I live streamed
Fuzzy
before.
Space Kitty's in. We have a Fuzzy Space Kitty in. Says, "Hey, bro."
Fantastic. What
up?
Hey,
Fuzzy. Good to have you again. Nice to see you.
Welcome.
And this is Brian, Bro Builder. If you haven't if you don't know who he is, he's an extremely good builder and all around great guy. To be honest, if I'm being honest. Nick says apple juice. Yes. No, it's grape juice. Of
course.
You guys do the math.
Well, I'm drinking apple juice.
Yeah. And I'm drinking grape juice.
Yeah, only best. Welch's 100%. You got to go the best. You can't go wrong. Absolutely. So what I'm working on tonight is something that I started a really long time ago. So I used to host a show that was on Thursday nights at like 8:00, and I did it for like 4 or 5 years. It was a great time. Called Live from the Workbench. And what I'm working on right now, though, which is more pertinent, is a giant customized kit bash of a Plan 303E Deep Striker and the OG XS, right? Because like what? And boosters, baby. So I've done a bunch of crazy stuff to it, because any of you that know those two kits know that, like, for real though, the 303E Deep Striker is just like hard mounted to this ridiculous base, super duper over engineered, because they were like, if this falls off the shelf, people are going to be pissed. So they made it super duper over engineered, very, very stable, like a rock, no articulation. The thing is just like, you can do this with the arms basically, and that's kind of all that it is. So same, right? So the same deal with the XS, the old XS. I think the new XS 1.5 is also kind of the same way, but the old XS is basically like a designed to be a transformer. So it's all held together with screws, and it's meant to be like into like a plane, and that kind of sucked because the plane was always weird. I transformed it once. Nah, all right. So what I did was I took the
I used a resin conversion. When I did the original XS, I did a resin conversion on it, so it doesn't transform at all, really.
Oh, straight. Yeah, and that makes sense. But I bet it looks fucking gorgeous, right? It's a beautiful design.
Yeah, it was a fun project for sure.
So what I ended up doing was I stripped the core completely out. I just like ripped it out like it was a xenomorph. And I subbed in parts from a donor kit, and I made an articulated torso and waist package. So the waist that came with the XS doesn't have like an articulation point, so I added a point to that. And here we go. I'll show it to you right now. This is that waist. I added also some mounts here on the front for front and side skirts, which also the kit doesn't have. And then, oh, dude, we were just talking about hard graph. Fuck yeah, that's great. And then I added this. I added this point here, and as you can see, there's putty in there that is dried now. That is epoxy sculpt. But I went through and I carved this piece out. It is hollow inside of there, and then I carved down the body of the XS, melded the two together with cement glue. You know, like your standard like heavy Mr. Cement style of like epoxy dissolver. Or, you know, if you guys want to get a little bit cheeky, this one right here is the exact same stuff as thin, as to me a thin. So get that, and it costs like a third the amount. So melt that stuff together, backfilled it with acrylic, a CA plus or AC plus or CA plus, and then just let it air dry, because I didn't want to kick it, because kicking CA makes it brittle. So those of you that love kicker, remember that it's going to make it brittle, and then over time that shit will yellow. So you don't want, you got to be careful think about longevity with your model. And then also, because like this sat for 5 years, when I picked it up, I was like, oh, there's a bunch of yellow, because I was using kicker back then. So anyways, live and learn, moving on. I added these articulation points to it. And so now I have the opportunity to do cool stuff where like the hips move a little bit and the legs are kind of dynamic, and it allows for more posability, right? So it opens up the model to a whole new level of presentation. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. And then you say, Kit Bash, a 303E Deep Striker and an XS. What the fuck does that look like? It kind of looks like a combination of, we used to call it like the fluffy kitty, because it looks like it has a lot of backpack, a whole lot of backpack. It's got a couple of these. It's got a couple of these guys.
Baby got back.
Those guys get these guys, and then those all go on this here, and then this all gets strapped into this.
Yeah,
which is the
Joy.
torso.
Yeah.
And then so you can see I rebuilt the torso back onto it, and there's the donor kit inside, which is multi-articulation. So I still have to build the back of it out.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. This is why I love Brian, because he's got so much experience with different things. And
it's huge. These are the best parts. So like for those big ass tanks, right?
There's a try MEK. Many different plastic types.
MEK. Oh, dude, MEK is wild. Methyl. What is it? Something ethyl ketone. Yeah, methyl ethyl ketone. I think it is MEK. That stuff is gnarly. I used to mess with that when I was a metal worker for like 15 years. That stuff, it will strip the bejesus off of metal. Two-way thinner is great for surface texturing.
Thinner is great for surface texturing. So,
because it'll like eat it. Oh, that's a great tip too. So for the tanks, but to make the tanks like look better, because there's these like long ass tanks, and that's kind of like a big dongle. I made these structures
that's cool,
out of and then these just slip.
An otherwise boring feature is now super
Yeah, it's got
detailed.
like a,
So it's cool.
yeah, right. And then this is just made out of a lot of cuts of styrene. Like this is all styrene tube. This round bits. This is all. I made a plan, and then I got a jig, and I cut every piece
I was
out.
gonna
And
say
then
that's a hell of a lot of
filed.
cutting.
Yeah, well, I manufactured metalworking. I did all that manufacturing stuff for a really long time. So it's just a matter of like putting on some cool anime in the background, and then just like paying attention to what you're doing, you know, making it all nice. And then you set it all out, and then you make like several of these. Like I think I made 3 of these, like exactly like this, and they're made out of these are cellophane tape, or not cellophane tape, but like Scotch tape. This
Oh
stuff.
yeah, the roll cores.
Yeah. Right. But like I had a few of them saved out, and these ones were like they were like a little bit wider, so I had to end up cutting like a third of it off to get this like planed edge, and then I backfilled it in, and then yeah, and that like those sleeve right into it, which makes it perfect. And it's all made out of styrene, so you just use your cement, dude. It's so easy, right?
That's brilliant scratch building right there.
Final thing before I stop rambling and rage is that here I have a whole bin of this crap.
Oh, do random.
There is with that with all those boosters comes all these thruster bells, right? And they're kind of generic in a way. I mean, there is some surface texture to them. There is a little bit of detail, but there really isn't enough because you know they're just trying to like turn and burn these things out. So what I did was I ended up taking very, very small styrene. I can't remember if that I can't see. I think it looks like half round, but I can't tell. But it's super duper micro. And I banded the edges so you can see. It'll focus on this if it stops looking at my face. There is a it doesn't want to do it. It hates me. Anyways, so there's like a vertical texture in there in between all these 3 rounds on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then I added some aftermarket thruster bells inside. There you go. And all of those little pieces of styrene, 2 on the inside, all the way around, evenly spaced out on all of the box full of them. Yeah, and I did that to everything. Yeah, just to add a little extra element, you know, of detail to it so that it has like a little bit more pizzazz.
Yeah, it's just like,
all right, cool.
it's gonna make people want to keep looking because they're gonna see little things like that on the kit and go, oh my god, look at that, and then they'll it's just those little features that
hopefully that's the right. Hopefully that's what it does. Hopefully they get seen, and that makes a difference. There are certain things though that don't get seen though, Mike. Right? There are certain things that we do to our kits that change them aesthetically, but they aren't exactly seen. So, for example, and actually this is pretty prime, and I didn't get a chance to prime, so I can show this. Is that here? I extended the thigh
by about what 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters,
about 2 mils. I think that's 2 sheets of mil. Yeah, 2 sheets of 1 mil. And then I also extended the knee. And the knee is extended by probably more like 4 mil.
Wow, that's a lot.
Right? And all I did to do that, man, I literally just whipped out the old fucking jeweler's saw. And I just went, Zuka. It didn't matter where it was, because I'm not trying to, like, sometimes you have to plan where you're cutting a kit when you're doing this, because you want to make sure that you're not interacting with any sort of moving parts. So when you're cutting joints and cutting limbs, you want to make sure the elbows still move and stuff like that. With this though, it was just a big honk of nothing. So I could just cut it, slab it in, clean it off, scribe that line in, you can go. Yeah, really nice.
When those extensions are a little bit easier, you don't have any complicated mechanics in between. It does make that part a little easier. But yeah, I think the proportions that you're talking about or you're changing will make a huge improvement, because it did seem, even though it's a beautiful kit, it's still kind of fat. You know what I mean? It's just by having that little bit of extra length in the legs and stuff like that, it's really going to make a noticeable improvement, probably.
Well, yeah, I don't. You say fat, I call it.
Got a question here. It says, "Do you make a master
then resin cast?" Depends on what it is. So for things like the Flea, the kit that won with OMC and then was reworked and won with the GVWC regional, that kit I did make master elements and then resin cast, make a bunch of molds and then use that. And then I do often for greebles and stuff. I will make if there is something that I'm going to use a lot of, like say, so Mike, the Star Wars Death Star attack kit from Bandai,
Yeah,
right? It's like a
I
little
have it. I
vignette
have it.
thing,
Yeah, I have it.
right?
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
a
where it looks like you're going down the
right with the
trench run or something like
power.
that.
Yeah, with the X-wing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those panels are really freaking cool and have a lot of surface detail. So I made a 4-piece dump mold, and then I can just cast, you know, parts, and they're a little bit big. So this has been sanded on the back. You can see that I put that on a belt sander to sand it all flush to get the flash off of it. But
Oh yeah.
essentially, I have, right? So I've got a bag full of these,
And
and I
what would you
have
use those for? You
surface detail, right?
oh
Oh, I have a prime example. I used a piece of that because I have a whole bunch of those. Here we go, right here. So this is
all
a
right.
piece off
I
of the
see what you're
Death
saying.
Star part, right? And then I added a little bit of a styrene, styrene, like not really a Schluter strip, but like a filler strip in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a Schluter strip is, but for masonry. But yeah, so then I just added that like styrene in there, and because it was like thin enough, I could just curve it with the cement and then make it conform and fill that flat gap in from the solid resin chunk of detail part that went in next to this, like onto this. And then this is like an X part of the XS also. I think the one of the cowls for the
I see. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I'm thinking back to my resin. I can actually, if it's easy, I could say I can pull it out of the case too. I mean, we can talk about because to see the differences between what you're working on and my completed resin project. Let me go grab that.
If you're so inclined, I could talk about some of the other cool shit I'm working.
I can just pull. It's on the bottom shelf here.
Okay. I'm also working on this build. This is a 1 to 12 scale, basically action figure that I've done sculpting on to make it film accurate.
Oh, that's the Ripley, right?
Yep, that's the Ripley.
That's from the loader kit.
Yeah, and the loader's over here with the base and all that, but I wouldn't want to. I have to.
That's something my wife wanted me to get too. She saw that and she's like, "Oh, I gotta get that."
Yo, so there's a few of those. The Motoroid one is really hard to get now, though. I got this one like 4 years ago or more, so it's kind of rough to get.
No, you're fine. What I'm doing is I'm just getting the camera lined up so I can.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me see your shit.
Go back to this screen here. There we go. Still getting used to the whole switching cameras. So this was the resin. Are you still? Oh, I don't hear you, Brian. Hang on a second, Brian. For some reason I might have muted you. Why did I didn't mute you? How come I can't hear you now? Oh boy, what'd I do? Hang on, let's find out what we did here. No, doing like that.
Yeah, you might have removed me.
Oh, there we go. I took you off of the stage altogether.
He was like,
okay.
Hey-ah!
Now I can hear you. So anyway, cool. Now everybody can see this. So this was the
full screen.
Yeah. Oh, you want to go full screen?
Yeah, you got to go full screen, man.
All right, we're going full
you got to
screen.
love my banter, but yes, there it is. Look at the details. On
just
that.
One more click. So I did
like that rifle.
A painting technique where I gloss coated everything, and then I took strips of tape, really thin tape, and put it in a random pattern over the gloss coated parts, and then I flat coated those parts. So now you can see those little. It looks like two-tone blue, but it's the same color. It's just you're looking at gloss and flat.
Interesting. I could interesting. So when I did my Regal from Calamity,
look at the disc. You can look at the dish. You can see like those stripes.
The radome. Yeah. You see them right on the radome.
Those are. It's just flat versus gloss. It's the same color blue, and the easiest piece to see is on the side where those big panels are.
Oh yeah, right.
So the darker color is the gloss, and that's just from gloss coating the entire part and then taking strips of tape and doing a random pattern. And then when you pull the tape, obviously you just have that glossy whatever gloss remains.
Oh yeah, and you can see those cowl parts that I was talking about right there on your. So it says right above where it says Anaheim Electronics on the
that white piece on top. That's it right there.
Yep. Yeah, and you can see there. Okay, so it also in the resin it changed the style of the thigh, right? Because it has more of an angular element to it, and then that big bias
Yeah,
line,
there was a
and it
little bit
changes the
there.
knee
Most
shape
of it
as
was on
well.
like the
Just
shoulders. Most of it was on like the shoulders and stuff.
yeah, no, I know because I'm looking at the thighs, and they are dramatically different. So
Yeah, it was quite
yeah,
a bit different. And then of course the front of the leg was all resin.
mm-hmm.
These, I think these those tubes on the back, those are original. It was a dress up kit really, and of course this entire whole, you know,
The beam rifle, yeah, the beam
yeah, the
smart.
beam rifle was all resin.
Yeah, because I have one. I took because I had the 303 and I had the XS, so I made a double. I made it a dual barrel.
Yeah, it was a fun project.
It looks
But what I tried to do too was
fantastic.
even though I did those strips of gloss, of tape, I tried to make sure they transferred from panel to panel, so those lines intersected. They weren't just, especially like across, like these
Yeah,
areas here. So those angles transferred across the entire piece.
because
There's
that
even some.
shoulder expands vertically, right? Those front plates, front and back plates.
No, they're solid. They're
Oh,
you're talking about these here.
I'm talking about the blue. Yeah, the blue with the detail in the heart of it, or not,
No,
yeah,
those were. It's one core piece inside, and then it was kind of sandwiched between
oh,
other pieces on the outside. So you had to paint
and
the
that's the
detail.
resin, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you had to paint the details underneath, and then put the blue pieces over the top of it. It
Listen to
was
this.
easier to paint that way because it was done in separate pieces versus having to try to mask everything off, and you get
Look
those
at this
internal.
motherfucking Chris Pabs in the chat. What is this?
Tell these old men. Okay, we're missing stuff because we've been talking like crazy here.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
just a
here
minute
comes Chris
ago.
here. Tell these old man parties over, Griff.
He's just jealous that he doesn't have the gumption to come and hang out on the live stream.
Often use semi-gloss. Fuzzy says often use semi-gloss and flat clear to moderate the finish and modern aircraft and simulate different areas of weathering. Now that's
Oh, of
great.
course.
Another great example.
Right, and as they because they paint those things on the fly, so as they're doing touch up, the touch up paint isn't going to have a gloss to it. It's going to be that primer gray kind of like flatness. That's smart.
Mm-hmm. Patchy finish looks really good on weather paint. Yeah, I tried to do that with my latest Valkyrie, one of the hanger diorama that I had finished.
Pabs says he's sitting in the latrine. Nobody needs to see that. I agree.
Hang on. I'm putting this kit
Here's my double beam smart cannon, y'all. Hey, Dwayne.
Yeah, let's see if I can put you on full screen here. Let's see, solo. I'm gonna do solo layout there again. Here we go.
So yeah, this is the double. This is what I worked
Oh,
out.
it's a double.
Double. Yeah, double beam even. Smart. Right. It's got the little radome. It's got because it's all using just Bandai stuff. Because I was trying to be, pretty accurate.
Thanks for sharing, Chris.
So what is this, Mike?
That piece?
You know what this piece is?
Is it the back of the leg armor of a Valkyrie? It's
close, super close. It is from the super part set. It is one of the missile mounting hubs for the cluster missiles. Same as the top here.
And now it's on the ground.
No, same as the top here.
I thought you were pointing to something else. Sorry, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then same as this is another part on the top.
That one I recognize more.
These two angles are just this part cut down.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. Okay. So you guys can see that, right? And
nice. So you took the single beam and turned it into a double, essentially.
Yep.
Very cool.
And then I just filed it down to clean it up and make it a different part. That's the thing that people don't really think about when they're dealing with or when they're starting to do kit bashes and stuff. They think and I did this, I'm a victim of it too. I did the same sort of deal where I took an aluminum
little comments, Brian. I'm sorry. I'm reading comments. They're cracking me up. We'll get. Let me go ahead and finish what you're saying. And then I'll
here. Oh shit! Straight. Okay. I'm with you. But that's the thing. when you're looking at a part to use, don't just look at it as like trying to sub something directly out. Think about how you can cut it or how you can manipulate it, sand it down, or use it to integrate it in a different way that might like open up its expressive ability. So like say the Sinanju legs, right? The regular Sinanju or the Sinanju sign, because it's a fucking beautiful kit. There are so many great detail parts within that inner structure that can then be cut out and utilized. One of these saws, like not necessarily the grow bit, because they're not as easy to get right now, but these kind of jeweler saws with these blades, these blades are dirt cheap. I bought a pack of these blades in 2017. I'm not even gone through one portion of the 10 portions inside the package. This thing is so helpful. Holy goddamn it!
Right, okay, we're gonna get to this here.
I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, think about that.
Chris says he's sitting on front. Yeah, we don't need to see that. Thanks for sharing, Chris. Dwayne's in. How you doing, Dwayne? Good to see you again, as always. And he says, "Is there a throne tier for your patron, Pabs?" And we're gonna call it Thronely fans. Can neither confirm nor deny my throne.
My throne is no cameras.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's an extra tier. That's the thing about it.
It's right. That's it.
Yeah, you got to get to that.
It's a premium tier.
Hence the throne tier. Green Stuff World has some interesting Greeley bit, right? No, I love their rollers. I have their regular.
And we saw Freddie is Wrong use those almost exclusively for a lot of his crazy builds.
Right.
There it is. Yeah, I don't even have one of those. I should have got one a long time ago.
Dude, you should get them. The Roller Maker XL and then the normal ones, Roller and Tentacle. So I have the XL and the regular one. I bought them.
I'm gonna write that down before I forget, because that is something I had forgotten about. Some green stuff.
Right? Yeah, I'm actually about to whip it out and use it on this stuff too. As I've been, manipulating and
Thanks for reminding us about that, Fuzzy.
The much smaller. Totally. Yeah, it's good. This is the best part about the community and these kind of live streams is that like we all kind of like have this group think kind of way of like approaching certain elements of it, and like we all remember together, which we can't all remember individually. And you know what? Something about the green stuff that I always thought was cool is that they have those like texture rollers for basing, where there's like almost like a regular rolling pin, but you can like roll out a whole bunch of like wall texture or floor texture. And I always thought that was kind of like a fun idea. Like, I don't know how you would apply that to Gundam stuff, but I get it for minis, for like 50. Is it 53 millimeter or 50 set? I can't remember.
Yeah. So in order for me to kind of not make as much noise, I've discovered I've got these rather large, wide chisels from the two that I'm using now. Well, one of these is a BMC. This is the 2 mil, but I've got a 3.5 and a 4 mil from USA Gundam Store, and they're very good as far as like. The thickness of them. I mean, this is the 2. This is the 3.5. Excuse me, 3.5.
Oh wow! Look at that monster.
And so far, that's not even included that because you can never get the 3 and the 4 from BMC. Remember, it was like they were impossible. So here's the 4. And it's obviously you're not doing panel lines with that kind of thing, but it's great for removing material like this. Like I'm trying to thin down this plastic to get it to a point. Now, obviously, I got to be very careful not to take a chunk out of my finger here, but I want to thin down this plastic and make it pliable, like I did with this exit wound here on the head. That way, I can fold that plastic back and make it look like something was a projectile was flying by at high rate of speed. And
I've got the
bending metal.
The 3 mil from Kaizo against my gigantic hand.
And how do you like the Kaizo ones?
I like them a lot. They're kind of hard to find now, but I liked them. I got them from Karen at Pebsel now. I can't remember the name of their store now.
Do you happen to have any sharpening stones too? And you have that sharpening?
Of course
tool?
I do. I have sharpening stones. I don't have a
I'm
tool
gonna bring
that
out.
I.
Since we're talking about it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it out right
Yeah,
now.
show it off. Show off a tool to help people out. Like I have a whole different world of
So
sharpening knowledge.
if you're ever using chisels and you want to, take care of your tools and maintain them, we're gonna go.
Ooh la la.
I'm just gonna go to.
Yeah.
I do this. There we go. Okay, so this is a very cool chisel sharpener. Now you've got two dials here. This one locks the bit in place, and this one you can actually loosen and rotate the angle. You can see all the angles. You got 0 degrees, 45, 90. So you can make incremental if you needed to. I don't see why you would have to. I'm always leaving it at 0 because I want my chisels straight,
dead flat. Yeah.
So basically, what you do, and I'll demonstrate it with the BMC, is the chisel goes in through the back here, and then because it's a round hole. When you cinch this down, it's going to center it automatically.
Right.
Okay. So now it's centered in the bit. Now, what adjusts the sanding angle of your chisel, like this angle here, is how far out you extend it in the roller. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let me grab these discs real quick and I'll show what I'm talking about. So I got three sanding
questions. Left with questions. You're right. It is Robot Kai. That is who I got it from.
Oh, yes, you are correct.
Left with questions.
I'm glad you could see those. I wasn't sure you could see the comments, Brian.
Yeah. In the I have private chat. I have comments as well.
Send me polishing tools. Thank you.
Thanks, love you. Of course. No, Chris is right. Actually, I'll agree with Chris. That prior comment that Chris made about the refinishing. I can attest that there is a little bit of funk when it gets to the larger surfaces. There's a little bit of honing that is good.
Anyway, I've got a 400, a 1500, and a 3000. Now there are other increments in between these, but for what I was using, it seemed easiest enough to do this. I'm just going to pull the 3000 out just so I can demonstrate how this works. Now this tool is from HARP, H-A-R-P. Okay, so
like the weather control system?
I don't know. It's HARP number H90B. So I bring that on screen if it focuses. There we go. So HARP H90B, that's the roller. So basically what you want to do is you want to extend the chisel so when the roller and the chisel meets the plate, it's at the right angle. By adjusting it in or out, you're going to get that right.
So question.
Yo.
How do you know that? Is it a feel? Is it a feel sort of thing?
Well, you can look at it when you look at it at the 90-degree angle or whatever, where the chisel meets the plate, it should be flat. If it's not at the right angle, it's not going to lay flat. You know what I mean?
Right, but let's say you F it up.
For instance, I'll give you an example. I'll move it out quite a bit, and then we'll look at it again. So if I lay this down, let's see if you can see that. Can you see the gap between this?
Yeah, that's pretty extreme. But let's say you moved it like a couple of millimeters too far, right, beyond flat, and dropped it down to where it was flat, not realizing what you were doing. Say you were distracted. Maybe you're watching a really good movie.
You'd start changing the angle of the.
Yeah, exactly. So how do you? Is there a way to measure that? Do they offer you any sort of gauging? Or do you have any profile tools that would allow you to look at that?
There might be something out there, but I've been doing it by sight because I don't know if BMC has the same angle per chisel on every single chisel. If they did, then it would be easy to say, well, it only needs to extend X amount of millimeters or an inch or whatever.
Yeah.
But by having this kind with the roller, there's other types of chisel sharpeners like this, but this is the one that centers on the flat
really well. It looks like it.
And then you just go back and forth, and you start with your higher grits and work your way down.
You start. Well,
and I've had chisels that seemed a little bit dull. They were starting to, whatever panel lines I was doing, especially like the 0.2 millimeter one, some of the ones we use the most, and it started to seem a bit dull. And this thing just brought them back to life. It's amazing.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, a sharpening tool, steel and sharpening tools is super duper. Oh, look at that picture, Dwayne. Wow, what a studious photo.
I need to get some chisels. Yeah, they're a lifesaver. They're a game changer for sure. Especially if you want to do panel lining, so make your own scribing lines.
Yep.
Or just I really like the Kaizo chisel. So Kaizo, is that the same kind you were talking about, Brian?
That's the brand. Yeah. I think Left with Questions is a kindred spirit.
His name is Nick. His regular name is Nick. If you're having trouble remembering or saying Left with Questions all day long.
Sure, Nick and I get along, though we don't know it.
Yeah. Well, I'm still horrible with names, so a lot of times I forget sometimes what someone's actual name is. If people want to share their names, that's fine too, and it helps me remember who I'm talking with every week. But anyway, so those are the sharpening stones, and I've only had to use it a few times on some of these chisels, but like I said, I don't know. I guess I haven't really made a comparison between one size to the next to see if that angle is the same. Right. Imagine if they're manufactured, especially BMC, the way how precise they are, they would probably have the same cutting angle. You can set the correct angle with a protractor. That is true. Fuzzy's always got good advice. Generally around 15 degrees for initial cutting edge profile. So where did you come up with that number, Fuzzy? Was that something that you just researched online?
I'm going to guess it's probably documented. Either that or it's like a cutting tool.
It might be something on the metric. The specs page when you're ordering them or something like that. It might have that's 10 years old.
His photo.
That's
his photo.
Oh, this photo is 10 years old?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought you were saying you were 10 years old in the photo, and I was going to say, hold on.
No.
We had some apple juice tonight, but come on now. Speaking of Robot Guy, I finally got.
Oh, really?
Properly.
Yeah, I love their. Yeah.
Very good. I'm glad, Giovanni. Yeah, I'm glad you finally figured that out because it.
Can attest their paints are good.
Anytime you're using a new product, sometimes it can be difficult when you're experimenting.
They're actually, to give them a little fucking fluff, their Neo Colors T024 is my go-to metal.
Fuzzy's saying woodworking and machinist work. So you and
me and Fuzzy Space Kitty also get along quite well.
Could talk for hours with some of the stuff you do.
Yeah, man, I got more than 20 years experience. What's the best way to
cut fiber optics? You can cut with a standard razor blade. I have used my nippers for it. I wouldn't recommend using God hands, although I have done it. I'm just saying I'm going to say don't do it because I know if you try cutting something too big, it can break your blade. But the biggest point with fiber optics is you want to get a very, very clean cut. That's going to give you produce the best light. If you're blooming it, you can kind of get away with something a little rough because the blooming process with a lighter or something like that, or a flame or just a heat source, is going to gloss that cut piece over nicely. So even if it's not perfect, you can it'll reshape when you go to bloom it. But if you're just trying to get a straight cut, I've used God hands on small fibers, like maybe no more than a mil at the most. Anything bigger than that, I think you're probably better off using a standard, just a razor blade if you can get away with it. Or if you've got another set of cutters that cut cleanly. 0.25 mil, yeah, you could probably get away with using your God hands or some kind of very good nipper, single blade nipper that's going to give you a nice clean cut.
I got a pair of God hands. They're very much not your normal pair of God hands, just for the sheer fact that I haven't opened them.
Yeah, I use Mr. Color exclusively, Fuzzy. Giovanni had one more thing to say. This is what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but BMC is only one guy doing all those chisels. They're not making chisels right now. Well, they started production again, I don't know if they've stopped production recently, but I knew they did start up again since COVID.
I feel like that's a thing that Pabs would know for some reason.
Yeah, but he's on
know
the
why.
tree. Apparently, he's on the pot, so
Yeah.
he can't answer.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now.
He's fucking.
He's too busy cutting one off.
Yeah, he's jettisoning like dead weight.
Tungsten box cutter blade is the best for fun. Okay, so Fuzzy's got a recommendation here: tungsten box cutter blade. Yeah, very good.
I've only used tungsten to weld.
For weapons?
Weld. To weld.
Oh, yeah.
Welding. Yeah, it's on the electrode for TIG welding is tungsten.
Yeah, I have used several nippers. If you've got I've got some of those USA dinosaur nippers. That is incorrect. Suji Burrito is more than one individual. They are redesigned. They've redesigned. Wait, I'm going to put this on screen so I can read it.
There you go.
Better.
That is incorrect. Suji Burrito, which I like to say sushi burrito, is more than one individual. They've redesigned their chisels, and for a while, it wasn't exclusive to their store.
Ooh.
After the mixing purple paint. No lie, Giovanni. No lie.
Giovanni's not wrong about this next comment.
Nope.
He's busy mixing purple paint. Yeah, that's one of his favorite colors.
Here, pull me. Get rid of your full screen. Pull me back in.
I'm going to put this. Oh, okay. Yeah, here we go. I'll get you back on. Hang on a second. Let me go. I got to go to here again and then here. And solo.
Tabs like,
I'm getting the clicks down. I'm starting to get the clicks down. I know how to do it now.
Here's my God hands, everybody.
Yeah.
They're still sealed.
That's what I have right here. I think these are the. What number is that?
These
are
the
SPN 120?
Yes, sir.
SPN 120, is that what you said?
Yes, sir. 120.
Yep, that's what I'm using.
The ones I do use a lot are these. Galactic Toys.
Galactic Toys, really interesting.
Looks pretty similar.
Yep. And probably a half the price.
They're $20, $25, something like that.
Exactly. Like I said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jettisoning Babs locks.
And that's not like the Epstein files at all. That is literal logs.
Oh, look at it. Damien, my friend Damien, all the way from, he's on the East Coast now too. He was up here at living in Port Townsend in Washington here, but now he's moved back east. How you doing, Damien? I haven't seen him in a while.
I'm on the East Coast as well. We should link up.
Yeah, where Damien? I can't remember where you said. Is it Florida? You said I can't remember where you said you went.
That's not the East Coast. That's
south. You don't want to say. Don't worry about it. I can't remember where you moved.
We got people down there.
Yeah. Well, we were talking on Facebook, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to come see you." And he goes, "Yeah, it's going to be kind of difficult because I moved, a year ago." It was like we hadn't talked in a while, and I didn't realize he moved, even though he'd been posting it. A hand in developing those. Oh, he had a hand in developing
nippers for God hands. For not God hands, but for Galactic Toys.
Wow.
Yeah, we're homies with the Galactic Toys.
Sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know, right?
Here you go, Mike. How about this to change things up?
Nice. That's very cool. Is that
I
all
did
hand
this on. Yeah, I did this on Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, just a day, just a day's work.
Well,
it more than a day's work,
man. I had lightly grounded it, but none of the bone work, none of the it looks good though, right? Not too bad. I'm starting to get a feel for figure painting.
It looks good. It looks amazing.
I don't really do it, so I mean, it looks good on the camera from here, so that's a plus.
Yeah, no, it does look great. It looks great. I don't know. I mean, my camera tends to make colors like really more vibrant a little bit too. So even though like the tank. I keep showing the tank and everyone. This looks really, really bright, even though it's not. It's a little more muted in person. I didn't know if your camera is doing the same thing, where it kind of brightens colors a little bit.
I think mine is pretty.
To be honest, all these high price, pretty balanced. Yeah, okay. So that's pretty much true to color what we're looking at.
Pretty much, yeah.
All these high price nippers are a bit overrated.
Mm-hmm.
So these number 11 scalpel blades to remove all the screw gates. Well, that's good.
You're there,
if whatever works for you, if it works for you, there's nothing wrong with using it. I mean, I bought one box of these number I think these are like number 11. You know,
Oh
blue.
yeah. Saying
Um,
this bay
those blue,
nippers are $8 New Zealand, boss. Get them.
Yeah.
But I can't see you, so I don't know what you're talking about, Mike.
Mode.
Yeah. Show me the money.
No. I brought these guys, these X Life Exacto.
Yes. Yeah, boss.
These are super. They're really durable. They do dull eventually, but they're a lot more durable than their standard number 11 blades. And one of these packages will last you years. I don't remember when I bought this, but it's probably 100 blades. I mean, you can see how many.
This is 100 blades, motherfucker. It's way over 100 blades. Oh, maybe it is. So I have the older one.
It says 100 blades on the package. It says 100 blades on the package.
These are the same thing. Why is my packaging from the 40s and yours is from the 90s?
Yours is probably updated. I don't know when I bought these. I only bought them a few years.
I bought these in 2018. Well, I bought the box.
I might have bought these in California. I don't remember. It's been that long.
Respect. No, it's the same shit though. That's good though. Actually, the plastic packaging is smarter because
$50.
This is dangerous. I could probably hurt myself.
Is excessive for never. Yeah, that's true. $50 you think is to 80 is excessive? Yeah. 40 or 50 you'd rather spend on a cool kit. That is true. I'd rather do that too. But sometimes you get what you pay for. You don't always.
Oh wait. He says, yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm mistaken. Baby. Rather spend on a cool suit. Yeah. When there's a new, I just saw it today. There was some shit about a company that does like a replaceable single bladed. You can replace the blade. There's a couple of companies. Chris knows about them too. Silly Chris. And I thought that was cool. I don't know anything about it because I do not have my finger on the pulse. I'm busy making jokes, apparently.
Well, yeah.
My fucking YF-19 is coming along. Tabs.
You got. Is that a 148?
Yeah, 48 scale YF-19 is coming along pretty well.
Ooh, I know. I have like 2 or 3 of those, and I'm trying to figure out when I want to take one out of the box and start building it.
Got that cockpit tidied up.
Yeah.
I'm doing it in flight, but no pilots.
Is that a custom color?
I'm a rebel.
Custom color scheme?
No, that's just the brown base that would go below that.
Color scheme?
No. I'm doing it OG. So I did the brown base, which is going to go below like the cream and white tones to pull it up to make it like super dynamic. As opposed to doing like a black base, I went with the brown base, the mahogany mixture. I'm doing wheels up, so I had to like figure out how to enclose all the cowls or the landing gear base. So here's the landing gear base all closed.
Yeah, that's always a challenge. I did the same thing with the 148 Super Strike Valkyrie when I did my hanger, not my hanger, but the launch diorama. And yeah, those doors don't close quite perfectly either. I'll show you the last one I just picked up. You go grab it.
Gotta like do this. Make it nice.
Where is it? 1 second, Brian.
You're good, Mike.
Be right
I'm just
back.
reading Chris' comments in the chat. He's fucking hilarious tonight. So that's the Hasegawa 48
I just picked up not too long ago.
What do you got? Oh.
Yeah. The VF-19. Same, almost the same exact, but this is the Ravens.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's got a slightly different construct, but not much. Different colorway, obviously the gray.
What's that?
It's got a different colorway with the like gray blue.
Yeah, the Ravens one is a little bit blue, but I've got the lightning. The lightning, which is the normal gray with the. Okay, we missed some comments here. Let's see what we got.
I have a different one on the side here.
Oh yes, by the way, Mr. Tamina. Yep. I know that was another big loss we had this week. Mr. Tamina passed away.
I got this thing sitting in the wings.
You know. Oh yeah. That's a 172, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is 72nd.
Yeah,
For
it
sure.
is. It's got
Yeah,
to be.
72nd. Yeah,
It's
this
too
is right
small
there.
a box to be 148.
Yeah, but that's going to be crazy because it's
Yeah,
super duper
that's another
detailed, but
nice one right there.
it's going to be very small, but it's going to be. I'm into it.
Hasagawa's got it down when it comes to like surface details. I love their
Yeah.
model kits.
Yeah, that's what my
You know
YF
what
is a
else you know?
Hasegawa as well.
Proper digestive process. Thanks,
Yeah.
Chris.
Yep. He's a peach.
Oh my
That
goodness.
guy.
So much enjoyment is coming. Yeah, that's true. And Dwayne's got a question for you, Brian. Or actually a comment, sorry.
Be honest. You still haven't found the black 1500, so you went to mahogany. No. You are not correct. And you are also correct because I haven't been able to find the black 1500 jarred primer anywhere. It doesn't exist anymore.
Well, let me see if I've got any.
Here on the East Coast,
Black
anyways.
1500?
Yeah. And what ended up happening, Dwayne, was that I actually happened to have a fucking bunch of the mahogany anyway, built up from before, and it makes a great filler. And the brown base, like I said, is what I look at this guy flexing again. Why don't you go through your unicorn tears up there as well, Mike? Come on. I rub my nose in it like a bad dog.
You mean these? I got 4 of them. Is that what you're talking about?
The thing is, you're an entire country away from me in regards to closeness to Japan. So I am
just to think back. Remember COVID when I sent you guys some Mr. Leveling thinner? Like 3 of you guys, I was sending that crap to you because you guys couldn't.
Yeah, you did. You sent it to Julio. You sent it to I think Armida, and then you sent it to I don't remember who else, but I never got any. I suffered. And
you didn't ask for any at the time.
Of course not.
You didn't ask for any at the time.
I know. I'm just messing with you. It was
completely
fine. No, yeah, I know. I'm just playing around. And now I have 4 bottles backed up because I don't want to run out, and that's just kind of how you do it. You get older. Let's see. The Hasegawa is the best because they don't use EDM for tool making, like the music. EDM.
Let me see how much.
Lovely smooth surfaces, crispy details.
Brian, let me see how much of the Gaia Notes black that I have. If I have a bunch of bottles of it, I can send you some of this because I stopped using because I was using the Gaia Notes. I kind of traded off and started using Gaia Notes primers.
I just started getting the all-clad microfiller black primer to substitute for the 1500. I don't know. I just got it. I have no idea.
I haven't been impressed with, unfortunately, with All Clad since they changed their formula. It seems like it.
Oh.
Their black is. The gloss used to be really, really good. It was great for metallics, and then there was it wouldn't cure properly, or didn't cure, or didn't get as shiny.
Because I don't have issues with it for my glosses.
I don't know. I've had trouble. I've heard of it. I stopped using it. I do still use the metallics, but I from time to time. But I don't use their black base. I end up just. I
wonder if, black. Dude, I do wonder if it's so because they got acquired by MIG, right? And when did you stop using their gloss base?
Julius has just jumped in. How you doing? Sorry you're late. No worries, Julius. It's good to have you
involved. Demsky, what's up, man? I owe that guy a finished model. It's gonna come to him. When I get it, I don't have one that's good enough yet to give to him yet, though.
Use macro photography. I know the different surface finishes between Hasegawa and example.
Electric discharge machine. He's talking about the kind of how they build up the molds. That's fucking dope. Right on, Fezzy. That's dope.
I know Fuzzy's like a encyclopedia of knowledge. It seems.
Yeah, when you're passionate about something, it's really easy to learn everything.
That's awesome information. It's great for great for the people watching because we don't know everything. I don't know everything. It's nice to have everybody's input.
So when did you say that you stopped using the?
Oh, the all clad.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's been a couple years. I occasionally, like I said, I'll still use the metallics, like over the top of a gloss, but I don't use their gloss base.
Right.
because
So
it was
prior to the
it
merger,
seemed like it was really soft and wouldn't cure.
you don't like
entire-
this.
Yeah, that stuff. The gloss black base. Yeah, I still have a few bottles of that. But
All the base.
I thought Mr. Service is still the best primer. Well, Fuzzy, I'm going to argue that Guy Notes has some pretty damn good primers too. Especially their. Let me show you their GX.
Speaking of Guy Notes, this Super Chrome, this stuff
Yeah.
is the bomb for schniggity.
Their Guy Notes Evo primers, black and gray.
Oh yeah, Pabs will fucking swear by that shit. I bet you.
Yeah.
Yo, ammo make paints are useless.
I
Fuzzy,
know.
yes.
I know that GSI's got some great stuff, but I have been kind of spoiled by.
I got a whole box here that agrees with you, Fuzzy.
Says I used to be fantastic, but Ammo Mig ruined them. Well, I think he's a great. Yeah, that's pretty much saying what you were saying there.
Stock. Yeah, I think I'm buying old stock for what I have for the
old stuff was great. The old stuff was great.
I think I've been lucky enough to be able to pick up old stock. So
useless, huh?
They have like a weird. So even their acrylics have like a weird texture to them. They're almost like the polyvinyls that Vallejo makes. You know?
Guy Notes is made by GSI. Oh, okay. Well, then
that says that his mom says he's not. Has your mom never listened to the podcast?
You're not allowed to swear.
Or any of the
I don't
episodes.
think I've ever heard you swear.
Or any of the episodes of the podcast, or Critic Wall builds, or
right.
What the other one? What was the other one that I did? Robo Dojo, the Robo Dojo live stream. You're crazy. You're crazy.
So we are still working away at this. I'm thinning this out, trying to get it ready to do some damage to it. I got to see how this fits. So yeah, I want to kind of blow out this whole corner here. So I might have to take the Dremel out because I've got some heavier material here that's going to be too hard to chisel out. But no big deals. Got some good chat going on. Everybody's having a good time so far, I think. Those don't exist. What was that?
Those don't exist. The rest of the episodes that I mentioned.
Oh.
Don't exist.
Right.
Wise guy, yeah?
So it would seem.
So it would be evident.
It's all right. Next week I'll have Pabs on here and you can sit in the chat, Brian, and just blow him up.
Boom! Let's do it. I'll be Heckle and Jekyll.
Just like the good old days.
Oh yeah. I was like kind of like, reminiscing with my wife a little bit earlier about some of the good old days earlier as we were coming up to do this like jointed live stream. How we used to have the schedule, and there were so many streams going on, and like everybody was so tight. It was such a like wild, fun time and community, and then like just kind of went to shit.
Yeah, COVID kind of screwed that up for everybody.
COVID was what brought a lot of it together. It was just like too many cooks in the kitchen, I think, was what it ended up being.
Oh.
Kind of dealy.
Yeah, if Tim would just get his shit
Prima
together.
Donna Tim is taking his time.
Although he has been doing updates on his studio, so
sure, that's great.
Getting around.
I don't share updates on all of the ridiculous bullshit that I've done in between here and there, but it's way more than build that one simple room for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. I redid my flooring and everything in here and put shelves up.
Yeah, right.
Back to building again and doing live streams. So
maybe it's because Tim's used to soft work. He's not used to manual labor. Oh yeah. No, I know Tim well enough that I feel comfortable giving him a shit.
Too camera shy. He said he's too camera shy.
Liar.
Such a good live stream. It actually made me pull something out and work on. The bench has been cleared for a month or more. Nice.
Heck yeah. Let's do it.
That's awesome. Nice, Nick.
Dude, Julius
Says,
Dempsey,
hopefully next year,
Truth Bomb.
open my YouTube channel. Do some collabs. Nice. We'll love to do that. I would look forward to that, Fuzzy. Absolutely.
You should do it.
You got here, but those streams were so helpful for me and many others. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do
all
it.
the ones that we were on, even Tim's like regular live streamer. He was going through parting it out. Here's how we're going to do a chisel scribe. Here's the important things to look at. Here's why we're doing this design. Like he really broke all that stuff down.
Yeah, I can probably benefit quite a bit from doing a lot of shorts, on YouTube or something. I just don't.
Oh, you're talking, right?
Yeah, little tiny tutorial things or shorts, but between work and home and everything else and the family, it's like
it's so much.
This is what I can do right now. Is the once a week live stream for an hour and a half or so.
After doing like the podcast for 3.5, almost 40 years, I finally was like, I can't do live streams and the podcast. Like, it's too much.
Yeah, you got to pick one. You got to pick your battle.
I do them both. Yeah, exactly. Or 2 live streams and a podcast, or whatever the hell it was. So, hey, bye, Dwayne.
Oh, Dwayne's got to go. All right, Dwayne, good to have you, man. Thanks for joining in.
There we go.
At the end of the show, I always go down the list and thank everybody that took the time to put a comment in the chat and hang out. Number 100 coming up. 100 what? Yeah.
Number 100 podcast.
Oh, for you guys, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I just had this year. I did my 100th show. I know Brian has had over 300 videos posted on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, something like that.
Mention that 4-letter word.
It's close to it. It's like 188 on one and 80 something on the other.
See you, Dwayne. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, and so Pabs was saying we call Tim soft hands.
Why is that?
That's what he said, because he doesn't work the fucking day of labor in his life.
Oh yeah. Let's see if I can make some noise here.
Make it.
Hopefully that's not too loud. Is that stupid loud on your end?
Oh, just mute your feed for a half a second while you're doing your business.
I guess I could mute it for a half a second. I'll just keep clicking on the comments.
I don't want to shout over you.
I'll click on the comments as they come through, and then that way you guys won't hear.
Yeah, I don't imagine you'll be doing that for too terribly long. Yes. Wow. So it's just me. Oh my. Oh wow. What a thing. Yeah. So, hi everybody. I'm on Mike's stream now. No, I'm just fucking with you. Let's see. Tool porn. The reason that I have a sharpener is because I use a bunch of different kinds of chisels. I use these like engraving chisels. I think they're made for lithograph. For a lot of thick and rough cutting. You can get them on Amazon for dirt cheap. There's like a set of 4. They're very similar. You guys have seen the shape of this chisel, right? There's like a flat chisel, an angle chisel, a gouge, like a V gouge, and a round gouge. And they're very, very helpful for like coring out oversized styrene additions, or like if you're doing some stuff like what Mike is doing, where he's like doing some reductive work, you can use it to kind of like cut away some different elements of that. It was super duper helpful. Fuzzy Space Kitty says soft hands. I have 8 blisters on my hands currently, just finishing digging 8 cubic meters of soil in the last week. That'll do it. I'm like, my hands are actually pretty soft considering my life, but they're still very leathery. So like, I haven't been doing metalworking for the last 5 years, but still got grit.
See. I got.
Oh
now
yeah.
that I got that, I'm gonna keep going on it, but that's a start. Is like getting that that piece to kind of the blowout right here, and then I'm going to also move it into this support because there's actually a bar. It's one of these two. Oh, it's this one here. Let's see. This goes in here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more about the files comments the boys are making in the chat right now. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So this will get. Thought I had the right one, but
Let me get some double stick tape.
well, it's funny how it's like they don't fit right until you have them in just the right position. It's almost like you have to get them to pop in there just right, yeah, just like that. So as I build up the damage, I'm gonna get into this area here. So as this gets peeled away, I'm gonna hit a little bit of this little window bar or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and then
the A pillar.
Essentially, yeah, because you got this piece on top. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if I can get it in the camera here. So now that I've ground this down, I'm going to build it into this area here and probably blow out more of this down here and a little bit of this A pillar. I'm going to leave it intact, but it'll still be connected top to bottom, but there's going to be a good sizable.
Yeah, make it if you can find a way to kind of make it look crunchy and mangle it, that'd be dope.
Yeah, I just want it to look like, you know, whatever went through with some pretty good.
Yeah, and like pulled it. You know, it's
velocity.
metal, so it's gonna get high. It's like high carbon steel or whatever, so it's gonna get twisted and worked around.
That's kind of why I tried to do the head like this with this hole.
Yeah, exactly.
I thinned out the plastic, got it so paper thin that you could actually see daylight through it.
Yo,
and then
so you could do a similar thing with that. You could thin it out on the inside, and
that's
like
what I was doing
twist
here.
it, right?
Yeah, that's what I was doing here. You see how thin it is?
Oh yeah. I
peeled it back, but I got to get a little bit more into this area. This thicker bit here. Got to grind that way down.
When I was talking about double stick tape, I was talking about this shit. It was just framers tape. And it literally is just the adhesive. So on the thing, there's no backing. It's literally just adhesive on the. If I can get a little bit of the pull.
So what is it? Is that just for? Oh, it's just for sticking like pieces on, so they.
Right. So I use that
rather than using blue tack.
Right. Yeah. So I use that here on these like cannons here. So they just there's nothing there, but it sticks on and
One
it's
second,
not gonna
Brian.
fall
See you
off.
later. Well, Nick is jumping out. See you later, Nick. Thanks for joining it.
Yo,
That's
peace
Mr.
out.
Left with questions, but thanks so much for joining.
Yeah. Hey, peace out. Thanks for joining the conversation.
Yeah,
I'm all over the place.
Rat tails. Chat will let you say rat tail. That's funny. Go ahead and keep talking, Brian. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh no, you're good. I'm just reading the chats. I love file talk. That's the deal. Like I'm a file guy myself.
Yeah.
I have dozens of files. But yeah, so using that as a tool to help for test fitting parts, just because they're so inherently sticky and it doesn't give you any thickness. So it's not like you're using that thick foam tape or even a gel tape or any of that other stuff. It's literally just like a layer of adhesive that you can put on your plastic, and as long as it's not trying to touch anything greasy or dirty, it's not going to get fucked up. It'll still keep sticking. So like this tape was put on in 2020 and it's still sticky.
Nice.
So
Fuzzy's correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuzzy's correct. They did actually recommend thinning the plastic to be able to cut it out that way.
There you
It
go.
worked perfectly because I was able to. I literally just stuck these needle nose. Let me go back to. Sorry, 1 second here. Let me take you off of solo. Let me go here. I just took these needle nose and literally just like peeled that back because it was so thin.
Do you think about working it through from the backside with a larger pair of needles, like one of your standards?
Here?
Yeah, from the inside to give it a little bit of a push.
Well, that's what I did. I drilled a hole in the
Those things
middle,
are
and then I
those are
and then
your
I just
needles
took
you got
these
there
and
are so fine though. I'm talking about someone with some chutzpah, almost like a drift pin.
oh yeah, I suppose I think it. I don't know. I think it
I mean,
looks.
it looks fine now, but you know another way you could have gone about it. Maybe.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Something with some
Yeah.
meat to it. Yeah, I was trying to be as gentle as possible, but
Well, I
be
mean, it's
aggressive
gentle.
without breaking stuff.
Look, man, just because it's a freaking drift pin doesn't mean you're using it like a cudgel. You know, I'm not out there trying to brain the kit with it. I'm out there trying to like massage a fucking beautiful bloom of metal doing from the backside. Well, I guess blast with a big fucking
Beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful bloom.
yeah, babe.
Giovanni says, I just finished painting white armor parts on the RE100 Lindworth.
What was your base color, Giovanni? What did you use for your basing? Did you gray or did you go with a tone? I am curious about your white because white can be a lot of different things depending on what you put behind it.
Yep.
I like color.
15 more minutes.
I like turtles. No, I like color. So
yeah, throw that answer in
Yeah.
the chat if you can.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, because it says good call. Often use needle or point
Or
to make
point,
impressions on the backside and simulate.
Right, like an
Shrapnel
all,
goes
AWL
through
and
it.
all.
That's cool. Yeah, I kind of ran into that a little bit because the pliers left.
You leave a
left.
facet. Yeah.
Well, they
tool
also
marks.
let. Let's see if I can get it to focus here. Come on, you can see
There it
little
is.
the
Oh,
little freckles.
Tool marks.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
Yeah, because it looks like little defects, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I can work that into
Yeah.
the project, making it look like chipping or whatever.
I was curious, like if it was going to be like, so is it just a shell passing through, or because you talked a little bit about burning prior? I don't know if it was on the stream or off the stream. But
Yeah,
like,
this may end up. It's a good point. I'm glad you asked me because I've had these same thoughts from my head. Is it a clean shot through and through, or is it going to be, did it essentially?
yeah, did
blow
it
through?
hit
So
inside the head and then make a?
This hole may increase in size, and it most likely will.
It
And
doesn't
that will,
necessarily have to, though. What you could do, hear me out,
or
is you could
even
add some
have several
surface
little
effects.
several other. You're talking about several little small other like.
No,
bumps.
hear me out. One exact ejection point, but look at like around the edge of it as a blister point. So like the metal is made up of all these different levels of like layers of crystals, and then you get down to the molecular level. And then as they heat up, or they may heat up in different ways, you can get some cool bubbling effects. So you could go in with some different kinds of putty, or like hit it with some of the we talked about earlier in the stream, a solvent of some sort to help that plastic kind of blister a little bit, and then play with that level in the rust bloom that would come from that, because obviously the heat is going to bake all the paint off. It's going to burn back, and you're going to have all this crazy cool rust. And then if you can play with the layers of that, or maybe even deal with some of the like the Tamiya putty, or like whatever kind of putty you want to do, mix with, I don't know, you can mix with baking soda, or you can mix with other things to get like striations out of it, and get layers to get some of that like blistering heat burned steel that would like totally change the theme of it. But now here I'm thinking like, burn tanks in wars.
It's all great input, and it's going to evolve, I'm sure, into some, to
whatever. I'm just planting color seeds in your brain.
It sounds like this was the starting point, and then we're gonna keep going from there. So here's Giovanni's answer to your base coat question. White Gaia surfacer, and then Kaiser white number 2 using a 5 mil of paint at 30 mil.
Okay.
Hobby leveling thinner. So
that's a what is that a ratio?
Sounds like a solid combination.
Sure.
And then Fuzzy says exit hole is almost always bigger than the entrance hole, and I agree with that too. So that's why I was thinking this might be larger. Maybe not necessarily like you're saying, Brian. Maybe the hole won't be any bigger, but there will be certainly more deformation around it.
Yeah, burn and damage and just whatever. Yeah.
And then of course I can always keep going on this too. This is part of where you can almost see daylight through it too, as I drilled through these layers You know, you can, if you look through the entrance, you can see daylight where this hole is. So I don't, because the armor is still going to be on it, I don't need to have too much here. I still want to see some of that internal frame from the outside, you know, from the exit hole. It will look nice if you see some of that damaged material underneath.
Oh yeah.
But I don't have to remove too much more of it, I don't think. The Kaizo paint was really thick, huh? That's why you had to thin it quite a bit.
Yeah, that
sometimes
white.
it just depends too, and pigments too have a lot to do with that. White is a very, very difficult color to thin because pigment is so intense. Even like Mr. Color whites are really heavy, you know, pigment.
Right,
based.
or
so you have
the
to thin them
pigment size
differently.
is large, right? So like they break if you put too much thinner in them. Is that kind of what you're thinking about, or are you talking about?
It's difficult to get that balance. So I think even depending on the brand, you know, you have to treat each one of them differently.
Mhm.
That would be my best guess. Is just like you can't always use the same ratios and same mixtures. That's why he even asked me on the side. He was asking me about thinning certain paints and stuff, and I just said, you know, I don't even thin by ratios anymore. I don't count the number of drops I put into a thin.
Right,
I basically look at how it drops off the stick, and I know if it's thin enough to go through my airbrush by feel and by looking at it.
Word, exactly.
You know,
It's vibes.
that comes from experience. Yeah, that comes from experience of just thinning paint.
Yeah.
Eventually, I just do it by sight and by feel. Like when I stir it up and I pull the stick up out of the bottle and watch how it drips off the stick, I already know if it's thin enough to go.
You're looking at the legs on it, right? Ultimately.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Something like that. How it reacts and how thin it is, you can tell exactly if it's going to be the proper. And then there'll be times too where I think it's right, and I'll put it in the there'll be times where I think it's perfect. I put it in the airbrush and I can hear it start to whistle a little bit because it's just still a little bit too thick. All right, fine, take it back out, add a little bit more, but typically I can get pretty close just by feel, if not perfect most of the time. As these guys' comments here, I like last time thinking about types of weapons. That has made the damage kinetic impact versus energy. Oh yeah. Well, I was thinking the tank. I don't know what kind of shells the tank uses other than kinetic. Obviously, they're not energy weapons that the tank has, because I wanted to make it look like the main battle tank is what brought this Zaku down.
Well, Zaku's were also slayed by. So if you watch MS Igloo, Zaku's were slain by dudes with special RPGs from the ground, like the whole ground attack teams that would fight Zaku's.
But still, those were kinetic type weapons versus energy.
Right, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what he was talking about. Was what the actual hell was that? I just heard somebody screaming outside or something. I don't know if you guys caught that on camera.
You get a little bit of East Coast over on your West Coast there.
Yeah, there's a park. It's a private park behind me. It's like our little community park. There's nothing back there.
Oh, look at you!
Also, try using different thicknesses of alloy foil and glue small bits inside for damage.
Yeah,
that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining tonight, Fuzzy. You've had nothing but great information for us. Alloy, brass,
copper shim stock, of course. Yep.
Yeah, I could probably find a destroyed transmission at my work and find plenty of brass glitter.
Dude, are you kidding me, dude? Yes, any of that.
Plenty of non-ferrous metal inside.
Right, or like leveling shims, like any of those like weird like leveling shims that come with motor mounts. You know, motor mounting shims. They're a dime a dozen, or they're like a dime a 2 dozen or something.
Yep. So I've been using a combination of this round
Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
It's what's that?
I said combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. No,
this is like a round little ball bit, and then this straight.
Oh, are they fluted?
This one's round, but this one's just like a straight barb.
Yeah, but are they fluted, or are they knurled?
It's knurled.
Or are they okay? Cool.
It's knurled, I guess.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, is it like? Does it have a single cut that goes around the edge, or is it like a cross cut that'd be knurled, or does it? Oh no, that's fluted. That's normal. That's fluted like a drill bit. Yeah. Yep. Fluted. Yep. Yeah, it looks like a two flute.
I couldn't
as well.
remember exactly what I was talking about.
So like mills are classified as fluted.
The round one is just like a
It's
round
also
ball.
fluted. Yep, also fluted.
Yeah.
It's a round end mill. Yeah, essentially it's a tiny round end mill.
Because I like the way this one, the straight one, I was able to go across the glass and make it look like cracks.
Yeah. You get that hard edge and get that nice cut. Beautiful.
Yeah, so I got some serious cracks going across there, and then
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't like the way the round one was taking the glass out. So
No, and it'll get caught. It'll hog. It'll do all sorts of weird shit.
Yeah, it likes to run away, whereas the straight one was easier to control. That's what I started doing there. Let's see.
Yeah, I've got like a whole bevy of those.
Yeah,
Maybe
I got a whole Dremel kit that came with a bunch.
Yeah, I have
guns, there are heat rounds and kinetic long rods.
Yeah.
So even with the tank, you would have a choice of different impact effects.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good, because that
Like-
makes it easier to do, to whatever damage I come up with. At least there's something that would, like a
There's
heat
an
round.
explanation for it, right? There's a lore for it.
A good heat
Yeah.
round would do what I'm talking about. It might still go straight through, but it's going to leave a lot of that heat.
It'll
damage,
burn. Oh
little
yeah,
heat
without a
damage
doubt.
behind.
What about? So this is a Dremel.
End mill. I'm glad you know. What's that, Brian?
So this is another Dremel bit that is fluted.
Oh yeah, I can see it now. It's a very fine flute then, because the one I've got is a little more aggressive.
Yeah, I've got that
like
one
that.
too, but I like this one because it allows me to use the hard edge of it, like the long edge of it here, to do like surface manipulation. So it's more than just like a point drill or a round drill or like trying to make scallops. Like it allows me to plane something down a little bit.
Right, and that's what I was doing with the glass. I think was I was going through with the side of it, even though yours is just a little bit longer as far as like the cutting portion.
Yeah, you're basically
This
have.
is only like a 1/4 inch as far as like the cutting part of that. I don't even know if I have another one that's bigger than that. I can look at my
You like this, right?
Dremel box and
This
see.
is what you got.
I'm pretty sure all of mine are the same though.
This is what you
and
got. I also have
I was
same.
trying to use this guy, but that just didn't work. The pointed one.
Oh no! Yeah, no, that's
No,
too
that
big.
that didn't work.
No,
at all.
it's too big. Yeah.
Did not have the effect I wanted.
So yeah, I've got that one too.
Got an even
the,
larger fluted one here.
That is even bigger than this one. So this is one probably similar to what you have. It's like the 1/8 inch.
Yeah, except this one's flat. It's not round at the top.
Oh sure.
But I haven't tried that one yet. But
Do I
that one's
have
a little
one?
bigger. I'm just going with the smaller stuff right now.
These ones are from David Union, and they're actually very, very, very small
So we're gonna, those are tiny.
with different shapes and stuff. Like so, this round right here is like a mil, literally, or less than a mil. It is teeny weeny, which is super duper nice. Yeah, and I've got your
List of people to go through here. Okay.
flat.
Yep.
Your flat end mill right here, but mine isn't
Here.
as fluted. Yours is got more of an aggressive flute to it than mine does. A steeper
Right.
rake.
Mr. Brian, we're gonna wrap this up here pretty soon.
Do it.
We're
I'll
at
talk
7:30,
tools
so
until the sun comes up.
I'm just gonna go through the list here. Nick was in first, Giovanni a short second after that, and then we had Fuzzy coming in third. Pabs was in there in the middle, and then Dwayne dropped in. Again, thanks everyone for joining in and putting a comment in the chats. That was pretty much it, I think, for everybody that was in here and there.
Julius Dembski
Oh, and then my buddy Damien, he jumped in shortly after that.
and Dwayne and Julius Dembski.
Yeah, I mentioned Dwayne. And then, we're going on down.
Julius.
It's all Fuzzy, Nick, Dwayne, Fuzzy, Nick, Dwayne,
Julius.
Giovanni. All the same. Special thanks to my good friend Brian for joining me tonight. It was awesome having you here. I appreciate it.
Mike.
I appreciate you.
It's always
and
a pleasure.
all your technical knowledge and your skills are unreal. I look forward to doing this again. Thanks again for everyone that joined in on the chat and put a comment in. It means the world to me. You guys support the channel and everything like that. For those that don't, tell your friends, hit that like and subscribe. You guys know the routine, and support the channel. YouTube is really the way to go right now. Facebook is kind of being lame with deleting the videos after 30 days or something like that. So if you want to see everything that we've done on the channel here, then just go to YouTube. All the videos will be there. And Giovanni says, good night, everybody. Fantastic stream. Thanks again, Fuzzy. Thank you for joining. You were very instrumental in making it happen tonight. So
I have a couple of pluggables.
What's that? Go ahead.
I have a couple of pluggables. Okay.
Go ahead,
First
Brian.
Is Built Sideways podcast. Next episode comes out this Friday. Drop that midnight Friday, midnight Eastern Friday, or midnight Central Friday.
Pretty much wherever you hear your podcast, right?
Everywhere available, free everywhere, no paywalls. You're gonna love it.
All right.
Second thing I have to offer out to y'all is to look into the Modelers Without Borders VMX 25 virtual model exhibition. You can pay $10 US, enter up to 5 models into the 14 different categories that they have available to have it individually judged by an actual judge. Not going to be passed over IPMS style. It's a gold, silver, bronze / certificate award style of competition or exhibition. So your work is going to be seen by somebody that cares about what you're doing, and you're going to be given a rating, basically, or there will be a rating of a round for your work judged against itself. No model steals a medal from another model. Everybody has the option to do their absolute best and be awarded for their absolute best work. There is no decline to it, to be honest with you. It's a fucking super open and amazing thing. Oh, post a link to the podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can put a comment in, right, Brian, or can you?
I think so. I'm gonna do it.
You probably just type it into the bottom, right? Or would that work?
I'm gonna do it on my phone.
I don't know if it'll work.
Because if I can't do it through here, but I can do it through my phone.
Oh, gotcha.
I know this because I've experienced in StreamYard. And it is, I have to turn off my Bluetooth because it just stole my earbuds.
By the way, too, while he's doing that, anybody that wants to come on the show, just shoot me a message or something like that. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You guys can post a comment here. And if you want to be on the show, just let me know. We'll work it out, and I'll send you a link next time when we do.
Look at that.
We'll have another guest on here, so you guys can do that. Did you figure it out, Brian?
Yeah, I was just getting to it. I'm gonna. It's being dumb. Oh, here we go.
Or make a community post to share Brian's YouTube channel. It's youtube.com @BroBuilder, correct?
No, it used to be Kodo Kai. I think it's just my name now.
That's what
Brian
I said, @BroBuilder.
No, I think it's Brian Dencklau. I think
Is
it's
it?
my actual name. Yeah, because it got changed over when I stopped being so Kodo Kai. It's a
Find you, and I'll tell you.
I'm gonna go ahead and copy the link. I'm gonna send this link. So this is an Amazon audio link.
That's definitely not me.
Please don't hate me for linking to Amazon because it's what I use for my streaming platform for music and stuff like that.
No, it's totally fine.
I don't know if it works that way, but I linked out.
So it is Brian Dencklau.
Yep, BrianDencklau.
I can't find it now.
I can probably link my own YouTube. DBH. This is the best part of live streams.
I looked it up today thinking I found it.
This is the best part about live streams. All right.
Yeah, man.
Here we go. Wow, there's a whole list of shit. All right. Why so many options? Google. I am not the Brian.
It says
I am not the Brian.
It says that BroBuilder.
Oh yeah, do it.
So it says Brian Dencklau, but it says @BroBuilder. So
we go. Share channel.
Yeah, it's got your Kodokai or Kodokai logo. Is that
Yep.
is that the
Yeah,
one?
the build fast, drink hard, no mercy. Yeah, baby.
Get the
Here
fleet
we
custom
go.
scale, make a model, blah blah blah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I finally found the link. It took a second because Google never makes anything easy.
We'll get it sorted out here. Don't you worry. Just be patient, everybody.
I tried
Of
sharing
Brian.
it. It didn't
Life
share.
of Brian
It
is
also,
so hilarious. Yeah, it is.
it didn't let me share my. It didn't let me try to share that other link. But
Oh, really?
yeah, for whatever reason, I
So
tried
I'll
to share
have
this
to-
one now. It may not let me share this
see,
one. Either.
maybe I can find him on. Let me see if I can find him on YouTube.
You can just at Bro Builder, BROBUILDER, Bro
Yeah, it's
Builder.
at Bro Builder. One word. Don't put a space in there because it comes up with some
Yep.
other Yahoo.
No, some dudes out in actually I think they're in Iowa or in the Midwest or something. Like yeah,
Something like that.
jerks. I didn't think
Yeah.
to lock it down.
All right, you guys. Thanks again for joining in. Appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart.
Yes,
We love you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And we will catch you on the next one.